Breaking news from Rolex. The luxury watchmaking brand has just officially rolled out its certification program for pre-owned watches. Over the past 6 months, it has been a general prediction that this day may just finally come. And now it has. It is guaranteed to revolutionize the pre-owned market. While taking a step back to look at the bigger picture, what does this twist to the tail mean? How might it also affect flippers? Stay with us as we go through everything. It's common knowledge that buying a shiny new Rolex involves extremely long waiting times, and buying a watch off the grey market to overcome that wait comes with its own risks. When the Swiss brand presses hard on the narrative that Rolex timepieces should only be bought from its official sales associates, they don't say it for fun. The risk of buying a counterfeited watch on the grey market is insanely high. This leads to a huge problem. If buying a new Rolex from an official dealer is almost impossible due to its waiting lists, sometimes several years for virtually every model, and the grey market isn't an assured way of maneuvering the situation, how can you get your hands on one? Rolex has seemingly figured out a clever solution for both issues, and here's the idea: certified pre-owned watches. The principle of it has previously been tried and shown to be an effective approach extensively employed in the automobile industry, which is why it is a natural answer to plugging the gaping holes in the supply of Rolex timepieces. Many times, authorized dealers buy back used cars, properly service them, and then sell them off for reasonable amounts of profit with a supported official warranty. For Rolex, this basically works the same way. In Rolex's words, these certified, authentic second-hand watches offer customers a tangible and immediate opportunity to become part of the world of Rolex. The day is finally here. Word just got out from the seat of timepiece royalty in Geneva via the official announcement from Rolex and its official certification program for its pre-owned watches that would be supported by the brand's worldwide retail network. Curious about knowing what the program is all about? Here's what it entails. At the moment, the program offers a lot of benefits. It would provide a guarantee of authenticity through the all-important certifications that would be given from the authorized dealers and distributors for the second-hand Rolex watches that they sell. For the possible buyers worried about how secure it is to buy a used watch, Rolex still has you covered. In addition to the certifications, the pre-owned program would also provide a warranty of up to 2 years for the timepieces on sale. However, it's still partly limited. As confirmed by Rolex's official website, the program would only kick off this month at 25 Bucherer boutiques across Europe, and to be specifically France, Denmark, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, Germany and Austria, before finally branching out to other official Rolex retailers around the spring season next year, according to multiple reports. The new move from Rolex seems to point towards the direction that the Swiss company is seeking out more regulatory control and oversight over its products and, of course, the ginormous market of pre-owned luxury watches, which according to Bloomberg is worth around $20 billion US. Also, given how the timepieces would be inspected before being sold to new consumers, this could be a completely game-changing opportunity for Rolex to squash the massive influx of fake watches in the market, especially given how Rolex previously had no role in authenticating or tracking their products once they had been sold to its dealer network. With that being said, a pivotal point that needs to be stated is that the CPO program has nothing to do with the grey market. It's two completely separate segments. On the grey market, you can find a brand new or even used timepiece for sale at a premium to retail price via an unauthorized dealer and, of course, no certificate of authenticity. On the other hand, Rolex CPO only deals with second-hand watches that are at least 3 years old with a certificate of authenticity. Interestingly, Rolex hasn't mentioned anything about their vintage watches, typically over 30 years old, during the announcement of their CPO program. However, it's only logical to assume that they may feature in the program, but perhaps on a more negligible scale, given how the majority of pre-owned Rolex timepieces are modern models. In a sort of typical Rolex fashion, despite just being recently announced, the work for the CPO program has been underway for a long time. Rolex has already been persuading retailers to start selling CPO watches for 2 years or more, and starting last year, retailers were given the notice that the kickoff would be coming soon. Did you notice that the hint of the brand's approach to the pre-owned market was already clear with Tudor? For quite a while now, Tudor has made it clear via public and print statements by their spokespeople that its watches would be coupled with a 5-year transferable guarantee with no registration required. With that in mind, the implications are clear. The buyers of the pre-owned Tudor would enjoy the same guarantee benefits as those who buy it new. It's increasingly tempting to think luxury watch brands only care about the secondary market when money is on the line, but given the pedigree of Rolex in both profitability and sales, it feels overwhelmingly unlikely that a CPO program would be rolled out, because it has especially given the revenue Rolex gets from the program into the cost of servicing the CPO watches. With this new program, Rolex should be able to have a general insight into the behavior of its customers. For instance, Rolex would be able to know if customers are selling off a specific model quicker or more frequently on average compared to others, which may imply the experience of owning that particular model isn't as satisfying as they would have wanted. Crucially, the CPO program is about ensuring that Rolex reputation extends to every nook and cranny of the globe. Stemming from the fact Rolex is extremely protective of its image, it clearly feels like Rolex, to a certain degree, wants all of its clients to enjoy a high-end level of quality and service regardless of whether they buy a used or new watch. Here's what they said. According to Swiss manufacturer, the clear aim of kicking off this certified pre-owned watch program is to increase the valuation of the already existing supply of pre-owned Rolex watches. In an official statement released by Rolex, they said, "Because when these watches change hands, their originality must be attested to by the official retailers at the time of resale." Rolex promotes the durability of its products. Due to stringent quality requirements, the company makes timepieces with the longest possible lifespans. As a result, it aims to accompany the second life of its existing watches on the market, with the intention of preserving, maintaining, and guaranteeing what currently exists. This method is consistent with the perpetual concept of a constant pursuit of excellence and long-term commitment to future generations. The truth is, not only may this be the only way to obtain a Rolex quickly in the foreseeable future, but it is also an exhilarating opportunity to build a solid foundation for a relationship with Rolex and, of course, their authorized dealers, which, as you all know, could drastically increase the chances of adding a shiny new model to your personal collection. However, there are quite a number of unknowns that lead to a couple of questions. One of these unknowns, and probably what you're most likely already thinking about, is what kind of effect this new program would have on its pricing. Would Rolex aim to price out flippers by selling these certified pre-owned Rolex timepieces at their authorized dealers' boutique for prices lower than their used market counterparts? Or will the prices vary depending on the condition of the given timepiece? We wouldn't be surprised to see authorized dealers selling these certified pre-owned watches at higher prices than new ones offered at retail in some cases, especially considering that some models, including the Rolex Daytona, the Rolex Submariner, and even the GMT, typically tend to sell at a premium compared to retail prices, given the demand drastically outstrips the supply. Furthermore, another big question that we currently have unanswered by Rolex is how they would ultimately find a source for the pieces to be certified. At the moment, it has been confirmed that for a timepiece to be eligible to get into the program, it would need to be at least 3 years old. Taking that into consideration, we are yet to know, or better say, learn, whether one would be able to walk right into an authorized dealer's boutique that is part of the Rolex certification program to offer to sell their watch on the spot, or perhaps even trade it in to the dealer to swap it for a new purchase. Overall though, this power play from Rolex is a big statement to the entire watch community, and we are definitely waiting in keen anticipation to see how the grey watch market would react. We may even see other brands getting in on the action soon, but would they be able to deliver as good as Rolex? While everything is still a bit new, the future ahead surely feels even more exhilarating, and we can't wait to see how the Swiss manufacturer will roll things out. Your move, Rolex.